What if I told you that the cutting edge of gaming graphics revealed a surprising underdog story? Not the one you'd expect. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. We're diving into the world of high-end gaming GPUs today, specifically looking at how AMD's latest Radeon cards stack up against Nvidia's latest RTX offerings. Now we've all seen the benchmarks, and AMD's new cards generally perform impressively. But I recently put them through their paces with a particularly demanding technology, path tracing in Doom, The Dark Ages. And the results are interesting. This game features path tracing, a super realistic ray tracing technique. It's like the difference between a photograph and a perfectly rendered 3D model, way more detail and lifelike lighting. AMD claims its latest GPUs can handle it, but my testing reveals a different story. In my recent review of the AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT, I found it handles standard Ultra Nightmare settings, even with ray tracing, at a respectable 74 frames per second. Pretty solid for a budget card. But path tracing is a beast. It pushes GPUs to their absolute limits. I wanted to see how both AMD's newest GPUs and Nvidia's RTX 5000 series performed. Remember, ray tracing has historically been Nvidia's strong suit. So, I ran some benchmarks. The results? Even the powerful Nvidia GeForce RTX 5080 only managed around 55 frames per second at 1080p with path tracing enabled. That's a good jump over the RTX 4080, showcasing the power of Nvidia's latest RT cores, but still not amazing. The RTX 5070 fared even worse. Now here's where it gets interesting for AMD. Both of AMD's 9070 series GPUs failed to even hit 30 frames per second. That's concerning, especially considering the 9070 XT is more expensive than the RTX 5070. Now to be fair, these frame rates are unplayable for most people. That's where upscaling technologies like DLSS and FSR come in. We enable both at their quality settings. The RTX 5080 then jumped to a smooth 90 frames per second, and the 5070 hit a playable 60. But AMD lags significantly behind. And here's a kicker, Doom, The Dark Ages doesn't support AMD's newest FSR 4, meaning the older version looks blurry and distorted compared to Nvidia's crisp DLSS 4. Think of it like comparing a high-resolution image to a heavily pixelated one. It makes a massive difference. We also looked at frame generation. It boosts frame rates further, but only works well if you already have a decent base frame rate to begin with. Nvidia's cards really excelled here, but AMD struggled again. The 1% lows remained below 50 frames per second for both their GPUs. The story remained consistent at 1440p, with Nvidia's cards significantly outperforming AMD in terms of raw performance and image quality, even with DLSS or FSR enabled. So what's the takeaway? If you own an AMD GPU, don't fret. Doom, The Dark Ages still looks fantastic without path tracing. But this test highlights a clear area where AMD needs to catch up. Nvidia's lead in path tracing performance is substantial at the moment. And let's not forget the significant visual advantage of DLSS 4 over the older FSR in this context. However, let's remember the 9070 XT's strengths in other areas and the growing importance of VRAM. This isn't the whole story, and AMD is working on improvements. But for now, when it comes to path tracing in Doom, The Dark Ages, Nvidia has a significant win. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments or on our Discord server. Don't forget to subscribe for more tech insights like this, and until next time, keep gaming.